The ANC NEC meeting enters its second day. ANC First Deputy Secretary General Nomvula Mokonyane is briefing the media. We cross live to that.
We are in the National Executive Committee that post the elections. One of its key items is on the reflection of the elections and post the elections, what has actually unfolded. We're quite delighted because we presented before the NEC a scientific analysis of what happened and informed by what we understood going into elections. And then we also shared information about the visits that we have embarked upon as the National Executive Committee's elections task team to different provinces as mandated by the National Elections Team, the NET of the NEC. We shared the feedback that comes from structures. We shared also the feedback that comes from the work that we have had with the IEC. And most importantly also, we brought in an external contribution that came from MISTRA in terms of their understanding of what has happened going into elections and what happened post-elections and how we move forward. We all of us have embraced and agreed that this indeed was a setback for the ANC. Our fortunes were not as we had expected, but we appreciate those millions that still had confidence in the ANC and voted for the African National Congress. The second thing, we took note that the majority of the registered voters didn't necessarily come out and vote. Part of our way forward is to identify the location of those that had not turned out to vote, because we can't conclude that they would have not voted for the ANC or they would have voted for the ANC. The fourth thing that we have also have presented before the National Executive Committee is the work that needs to be done, particularly at local government level, because these elections were also issue-based and most importantly based on what are the dynamics where people live. And lastly, that we need to ensure that our character of being a leader of society is that we have earned. And we need to make sure that we go back and continue to earn that status by working in communities, not only for elections, work and operate within a voting district for the whole 5 years prior to elections, so that we become connected with the people, with the challenges and without the challenges. Sectoral work, we have also reflected on that, particularly informed by the youth voter turnout, dealing with those issues that affected young people, primarily the issue of unemployment, the issues around NSFAS that also affected young people, issues around social ills that also affect younger people, were issues that we really also reflected on. We humbly appreciate the work that has been done by our selfless volunteers, especially those that are not MPs, those that are not MPLs, those that are not ministers or MECs, who continue to work hard and service members of the communities and be available as and when elections are taking place and the campaign is unfolding. And finally, the issue of accountability that was in our manifesto for the first time, we have also put that as one of the very important areas of focus for the ANC going forward. West now under the government of national unity, we need to make sure that everybody is held accountable, everybody is being given the support, but the strength and capacity of the ANC has to be also enhanced. We will work tirelessly on the coming by-elections and treat by-elections as, again, a build-up towards any other election that is unfolding in South Africa. We will also have to skill our own party liaison officers, so that then we are able to complement the weaknesses that exist in some of the independent institutions, but also helping our members to understand and deal with voter education, something that we all know that regional ballot, that also was a challenge. So investing on voter education is also quite important. Post this NEC, the NEC will brief the South Africans, but we are also going to be going to our own regions to go and interact on the GNU, but also to go and strengthen and where needs be to reconstitute our elections machinery, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal and in Gauteng.
There you have it, folks. Okay, I see News 24.
That closing down.
I see you, ANC newsroom, Junior. There's a viewer there, Business Day. And
too short.
And then you short,